Hello, we're here at MCM Comic-Con with one of my favourite Hasbro employees. It's Emily from Action Brands, I've been told is your official title now.
That it seems like it is. Nobody's quite sure what my actual job title is anymore, so I think Emily from Action Brands works A-okay.
That's absolutely fine. There is a Beyblade tournament going on, so I'm hoping that the sound's okay for us, but we'll power through.
Worst case scenario, we're going to do this all over again when the Beyblade tournament's over.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, let it rip!
Right, the first thing that I need to ask about is the Ghostbusters Haslab.
Yes.
Okay, so it was revealed recently? What was it?
October 18th,
yeah.
Only a week ago, which seems like it was literally forever ago, but a week and 1 day, 8 days ago. I can math.
You have it on display here. It's
Yes.
literally just there, like literally just behind it. And it looks incredible.
Thank
It
you.
really does look incredible. Massive Ghostbusters fan. I'm not going to lie, I'll be upfront and honest. When it was first announced, I was really angry because I was really hoping for a 3 3/4 inch scale Firehouse.
That's fair.
Only because we've had the Ecto-1 in 3 3/4 inch recently. You've got the O-ring figures coming out as well, so they're obviously all ready to join my collection.
3, 2, 1, let it rip!
So if there's any pauses, it's because of this Beyblade film. So when you announced it, first of all, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But the more I looked at it, the more I was like, this thing is stunning. And I said to Ash, who I do Geek Week with, I said, if they've got it on display at MCM, that will be the real kind of tipping point for me. First thing I saw when I came here today, and I can't stop looking at it, it's literally there. It's stunning.
Thank you.
First question.
Can I
have one for free? No, I'm only joking. First question. Plasma series is a line that's kind of gone quiet, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
It's 3-0 to...
You haven't had a huge amount of ghosts in the line.
Yep.
You've had various kind of reincarnations of the main four, and then obviously the new Afterlife and whatnot. Is this an indication that we might be seeing more from the Plasma line, or is it just a nice little prison at the end?
Ladies ready?
That's a great
3,
question.
2, 1, let it rip!
Oh God, so much Beyblade.
That's more like it. So that is a knockout.
There's a lot of Beyblade.
There's a lot of Beyblade happening.
Hopefully
Sorry.
the microphone's going to
That is
out.
2 points.
Hopefully you have no idea what we're talking about right now. There's like Beyblade tournament. What are they talking about?
Which is now with Hasbro.
So Plasma series.
Ladies
So
ready?
we're not able to comment
3,
on
2,
what
1,
may be happening
let
in
it
the
rip!
future,
Yeah.
but we have heard everybody's kind of comments on Plasma series. We're trying to pay attention to what fans are asking for, and so at least for the time being, we have heard the top 3 things people have been asking for are Ghosts, Ghostbusters 2, and the Ecto. And so to us, this Haslab is kind of a love letter to those 3 things that people have been asking for. So if all you really want are Ghosts and an Ecto, the base option for the Haslab is perfect for you. You want Ghostbusters too? Ooh, buddy, do we have a deluxe option for you guys?
Yes. Speaking of which, though, the deluxe, I must admit, the price difference between the two is very small.
It is rather small.
I think it's £50, I think, over here.
75.
£75.
Yep.
Okay, so I mean, it's under the 3-digit jump, which is amazing.
So for getting to the semi-finals, Max.
Couple of questions about it.
Yep.
And I know that you've done videos on this, but we're gonna
Perfect. Bring it on.
First one, you only get 1 Ecto, don't you?
Correct. So regardless of whether you get the base or the deluxe option, it comes with 1 car body. So if you're getting the base version, it does come with the Ecto-1 roof rack. If you're getting the deluxe version, it comes with both the Ecto-1 roof rack or the Ecto-1A roof rack, so that you can convert between the 2 of them. And then the deluxe version comes with all of the accoutrement to do that 1A conversion as well.
Yes. The other real question that I see a lot floating around a lot is the decals that come with it.
Yes.
Because obviously to convert it from a 1 to a 1A, you've got to stick on the stickers and the decals and stuff. How removable are they?
So they are vinyl repositionable decals. Okay. So we have, the way that they are kind of designed is you can get at least 5 sticks out of them to reposition them. So depending on kind of how you are placing them and how you are kind of placing them back on the sheet, your mileage may vary on switching them out back and forth. But if you are concerned about being able to make sure that they are kind of aligned appropriately and that you're happy with them, you will have no problem resticking them for that. We also know that because people are kind of nervous about that, you are going to get extra decals on your decal sheets, so you'll have more than you need. So if you are like deeply unpleased, you can try again with them. And then they are made out of vinyl, so they're not made out of paper, so they won't tear like regular stickers. So they are kind of our more durable, longer lasting vinyl decals.
Amazing. So you're going to get is it a double up on all the decals?
So as much as we can, they will be doubled up. Some of them might not be depending on space, but we will make sure, especially those no ghost logos, we know that those, getting the placement of those on the doors are going to be really key. So we will make sure to prioritize those.
Fantastic. So extra decals, that's an absolute plus. Obviously, Ghostbusters 2 is one that people have been asking for. With the deluxe version, you get the 4 in-air costumes.
Yes.
Also, an early bird, the Road to Tully. Is that the
2 weeks to Tully?
2 weeks to Tully is the term.
We love alliteration.
Yes. Just to reiterate, we have to meet the full back-in count within the first 2 weeks.
Correct. That is correct.
Does Tully come on a card or in a box, or is he just included?
That is a great question. So actually, none of the figures in this offering will come on packaging. So we made a decision as a team that we wanted to prioritize more figures versus doing individual packaging for the figures. So all of the figures will be wrapped in tissue inside of our larger Haslab boxes, but we were essentially able to add an additional figure because there were so many of them. If we had to do packaging development for them, we were able to add an entire extra figure to the offering. So we figured that if given the choice, people would rather have the extra figure.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So
that's actually a good point. I don't think we've mentioned that anywhere before, so that's great.
Question. There we go. I mean, I'm an out-of-box collector anyway, so I love the packaging, and some of the other brands like the retro card on the G.I. Joes, the Marvel Legends, the Star Wars and stuff, absolutely fantastic to look at. And I have a hard time. I just want the plastic inside.
Yeah, exactly. This one, people will have no problems taking their figures out and displaying them with their Haslab, which is great.
So obviously, talking about Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters and Transformers have both had crossovers.
Yep.
Have we got any kind of other crossovers on the horizon that you can
That is a great question, and we have no idea what the future may hold for us.
No.
So we'll have to see.
But crossovers are not a thing that's done and dusted, but we might have. Okay, fair enough.
You never know.
Fair enough. We mentioned retro callbacks. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Marvel, all very cool. Retro callbacks to the Ghostbusters, possibility?
Everything's a possibility. You never know what may happen.
Okay. So talking Ghostbusters, we said about ghosts obviously being a thing.
Yep.
This is not leaks or anything like that, but if you personally could have a ghost in the Plasma series line, what would it be? Is there one that kind of stands out?
I'd want a giant Stay Puffed.
Yeah,
I want like an in-scale Stay Puffed for my Plasma series line, 100%.
That was my next thing, is that if there's another Haslab future down the line, Stay Puffed. Because as a child, and I'm talking back to the kind of Kenner Ghostbusters, and we had the firehouse, we had the slime. The thing that really annoyed me, even as a child, was that the Stay Puffed was this big and your firehouse was this big, so we could get an in-scale one, that would be great.
I feel like if you had the Kenner plush Stay Puft, that would have been at least a little bit more in scale, because he was like that big, right?
Yeah.
But,
I personally, I've got a 3D printed Stay Puft kind of bust that works really nicely with the 6 and the 3 3/4 inch, so yeah. It might look a little bit small to that. I can't stop looking at the Ecto-1.
It's beautiful.
It is stunning. It is stunning.
Our design team has worked so hard on this, and so one of the things that I've been kind of talking about with Haslab is we kind of do the development on them backwards. So in order to get to a point where we're doing the campaign and we have the model, we kind of have to do this back-end development process. Then the campaign funds, and we actually get to start like the proper development process. So we're essentially developing Haslabs twice. So it takes about twice as long for a full development cycle for a Haslab than a regular toy. So our team is full of amazing, talented humans and are some of the best people I have gotten to work with at Hasbro. And so we've been working on this for a year already. So Eitan, who's our product designer, is one of the most meticulously detailed people I have ever seen in my entire life. He has sheets of reference for this, and this is also kind of an unusual Haslab because there's a real car that we're basing it off of. So we have reference images for everything, and there's the official car on the Sony lot. There's all of the kind of pieces of sorry, Beyblade again. So we have the official car on the Sony lot. We have reference photos from the movies. And then we're working with our local Ecto Tech and Ecto New Jersey teams on the East Coast, who are the gold standard for Ecto kind of refurbishment and replication. So they get to look at the models and say, okay, so good news is this is the wrong color, or bad news is this is the wrong color. But good news is we know exactly why you made this mistake, because this was what happened with like the 2008 refurbishment of the one on the Sony lot, and a lot of people get this wrong. But great news, you can still fix it. So we fix it. But it's really cool having people who are that kind of involved with the cars, and so according to them at least, this is the most accurate Ecto-1 and Ecto-1A that have ever been released in toy before.
Yeah. I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. Another brand released an Ecto-1, a Firehouse.
So for the final, we have number
there's Playmobil, I can say. It's not, we're not in competition. And I bought it all for my son, absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I really liked about that was the lights and the siren, because it's so iconic.
Yep.
So obviously with the Haslab to have that as well.
Yeah, is
Perfect.
great. And so we have the official Sony siren noise that is in the Ecto. So there are two buttons on the front of the car, one that triggers the lights, one that triggers the siren. Which is very satisfying.
As well, there's a hard wiring.
Yes, so the prototype one right now is a little bit of a weird hardwire. So the final version will have a USB-C port in the base, kind of towards the trunk on the bottom. So if you want to, you can leave it plugged in all the time and essentially have it function as a very beautiful lamp. Wow. So the prototype right now, our engineer Zach actually hardwired the wire into the battery box for me so that I can take this one. But yours will be, you will have the battery or the USB-C always on option.
Amazing. So if you are displaying it, you can have it hardwired in and do it. Excellent.
And then yours, so yours will not be hot-wired by an engineer right before you have to fly to a different country. So the great news is that the USB-C, you can just plug it or unplug it depending on your mood. You can leave batteries in it, easy as pie.
Perfect. Obviously, you've just done the G.I. Joe reveal panel as well. Lots going on with G.I. Joe at the moment. Anything in particular you want to kind of pull focus to in regards to G.I. Joe?
I think that the world of G.I. Joe is just so cool to me, and I think the line has come so far in the last couple of years. So to me, it's really exciting kind of seeing what we get to do next in terms of world building, and that is kind of a little bit more of pushing the envelope a little bit on, accessories and what can we really give people to help build out their shelves. Also, didn't we do a name-only reveal for Crystal Ball? What a weird figure. Like, I am so excited. I think that there's a lot of the kind of stranger figures that Lenny and the team have been having a fantastic time figuring out, these are like the kookier of the Joes and the Cobras. And so figuring out how to modernize them and have them make sense with the rest of your figures. I mean, Crocmaster, like, as one of my examples, like,
Fiona is still such a beautiful kind of articulated crocodile.
Absolutely one of my favorite things that we have ever done. But like a kind of a weird C or B tier character that was elevated to one of those things where like everybody wanted a Crocmaster. And before, like, some people would be like, Crocmaster does not crack my top 50 Joes or Cobras, which I think is a testament to our amazing development team to be able to bring something to life like that.
The G.I. Joe brand, like you say, is just going strength to strength, and it's really nice to see those obscure characters in a line. Because obviously with some other lines, like things like Marvel, for example, the more obscure characters, we had to kind of wait a little while for those more obscure, and they're obviously a little bit more kind of hit and miss, and are they going to be peg warmers? Are they going to sell the brand? Whereas with G.I. Joe, it seems like they kind of went, let's just do the obscure ones. So, yeah, very cool.
And I think one of the other really cool things with G.I. Joe is that because we don't have like a super modern entertainment line that we have to make sure things are screen accurate, it really is up to the team to be like, okay, so this is really cool, but what if we give this character this? Or what if we do this with the coloring? Or what if we give him this kind of secondary part and piece? So we really have an ability to make characters as cool as humanly possible, because it's really the only limitation is our minds.
And the accessories of the animals and the companions and stuff, fantastic. They wouldn't forgive me if I didn't ask, but Power Rangers. Are we going to return to the morphing grid at any point, or is Power Rangers just kind of...
So I have actually moved off of the Power Rangers brand, so because it is now considered an out-licensed brand, I no longer get to really know what is happening on it. So I know that we've announced the Playmates licensing deal, so we will get new toys from Playmates. Boom Studios is still doing their amazing Power Rangers Universe comic line, which I would definitely recommend checking out. So
you just went and bought a couple.
yeah, which is delightful. So I'm not entirely sure what is happening with the future of Power Rangers.
But the Lightning collection, you don't know anything, we don't know anything.
Yep.
I just was really hoping for the movie characters. I really liked the Lightning collection.
Yeah.
And it was kind of we got the metallic
You need an
ones.
Ivan
We
Yeah,
need
I
an
get it.
Ivan Ooze. We need those kind of armored kind of. We just need them. We need them. So yeah. But I know that we had some Cobra Kai crossovers and stuff as well. So yeah, fingers crossed. But I hope that you would maybe have the answer, but we don't.
I promise you have all the information that I have.
We don't. Yes. But funding for the Haslab's going very well.
Yes.
I think when I checked last, we were at least 50% of the way
We're
there.
over 50%. I think we're at 6,700-ish. With a gentle reminder that we will not pull any money out of your account until the end of the campaign at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on December 2nd. So if you are so inclined to want a tally and you think you're going to back this, feel free to just, go on to HasbroPulse.com and give that Haslab a little back, and we will leave your money alone for the next month.
Please, and I can back that up. I mean, and I think that is something that's good with the Haslab format.
Yeah.
Is that you can see this, you can see the marketing, you can see the products in hand.
Yep.
And obviously there isn't any money taken into the campaign fund. I'm really, really hoping it will fund. I can't see why it wouldn't with the momentum it's got. Seeing it in hand, it really is fantastic. Thank you so much for coming back to London. We always like having you here.
I'm so sorry I missed last year, but I hope I've made up for it this year.
Well, yes, you most definitely
Oh, good.
most definitely have. So we'll keep our eye on the Haslab. We'll keep our eye on the Ghostbusters. Obviously G.I. Joe as well. And maybe Power Rangers, who knows?
Yeah.
But there we
You
go.
never know what the future may hold, and so thank you for your support. And the teams have worked so hard on all of this product, and so we just really appreciate having people who are as excited about it as we are.
Brilliant.
The number of people that I've seen look at the Ecto and go, "That's a lot bigger than I thought it would," but in like a very good way.
It is huge.
It is huge. But the good news is, so when we design things, whenever it's possible, we try to design them to fit on a standard IKEA bookshelf. Because that is the most commonly sold bookshelf in the world. And so the nice thing is that you don't necessarily need like a full coffee table to display this. It will fit in your bookshelf shelf.
Yeah. It's one of the comments I had with Steve recently, is that last MCM we had the Ghost on display, and I walked in and I was like, wow, that's some serious, serious spaces that's taken up, and I was a bit concerned, but yeah, it is. I can't stop looking at it. It really is good.
It's the lights on it just kind of draw you like a moth to a flame.
That's it.
Yeah.
Are we going to see any more marketing? Is there any more kind of videos that we should?
Oh yeah, so we are. You should get consistent updates from us. So we're aiming to post between 1 and 2 times a week as kind of engagement for the campaign. So we will be at Rhode Island Comic-Con next weekend.
Yep.
So we should have some fun content coming out from that, and we have a couple other surprises up our sleeve. So excited to see where this goes.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.